What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rare Data Network and Happy New Year. I got some exciting news to share with you. Quota Mini 1.1 is now available and you can get it at getquota.app. And if you already own a license, this is a free upgrade. So we got some exciting new features I've added, as well as fixed a critical bug. For full transparency, whenever you loaded a file, whether it was audio or video, it would crash the software because as soon as transcription would kick in, which was automatic, a library within that was responsible for timing and alignment was not readable, and it was crashing the software whenever it was installed on a clean Mac. So that's on me, and I apologize to the users that happened to. You see behind me over here, I got a Mac Mini just for testing purposes, so this is clean, not like my development environment, and I just did a clean install on it here with a licensed version, and everything is running smooth. So we're going to go ahead and walk through the new features in Quota Mini 1.1, and without further ado, let me go ahead and launch the software right here. All right, so here we are with Quota Mini over here to the left. And main features that I added is you can now isolate the vocals. So like stem separator software that allows you to isolate vocals and drums or bass or whatever, Quota Mini 1.1 now allows you to isolate the vocals from any audio or video track and export it as it originally was with the isolated vocals. So it's a really cool new feature I added in. I've been really excited and wanting to get this out, so I'm glad I got it up and running here. So we'll be taking a look at that here in a minute. But we also added a Normalize audio feature. This allows you to basically even out the volume and make sure that it's loud enough. If you have some tracks that are kind of more quiet, you need to bump up the volume a little bit, and you can use the Normalize audio. And then we also added a new feature in the QChop modes. There is now a sentences mode. So there are the smart modes, all segments, and now the new sentences mode. And these have the same numerator of 8, 16, 64, and 128. The difference between the smart modes and the sentences mode is smart mode listens to the audio and listens for timing and spaces and all that, while sentences mode strictly adheres to the transcript punctuation. So it is fixed to highlight sentences only. It will look for the most quotable lines, and that could be a one-word sentence or it could be a 20-word sentence. That sentence could include commas or any other kind of punctuation, but as soon as it hits a period, exclamation point, or question mark, it is going to end that phrase. So still working on the smart mode to get it a little bit better. I haven't added any improvements to that yet, but that will be coming in a future update. But check out the new sentences mode. I think that this is really helpful, and when you're just looking to capture that complete phrase that was detected in the transcript versus it listening to the audio. So let's go ahead and walk through extracting or isolating the vocals. So some good friends of mine were kind enough to allow me to use their track for this demonstration. My friends here, E-Bike Mob, they are actually signed to Rare Data, the record label, and I'm going to go ahead and sample their first track off their debut album, Pedal to the Metal, called Trick Lords. So we have it here on YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and grab this link. Just going to copy it, and then I'm going to go to load a file to begin, port URL, and then I'm going to paste it. And then this is going to take a minute. It's going to prepare, download, and then once it's downloaded, we need to give it another minute for it to transcribe the audio. Once that's complete, then we can really start going in and working on it. So we can see that it's now loaded. We can see it here in the waveform. You can see the name here. It is tricklords.mp4, so it downloaded the video file directly from here. This is just a static image on the page we pulled it from, but it will show the video, and it's a mp4. So let's hop over to the transcript tab. Now you'll see that if you're working with music, the transcript is going to have a harder time getting the lyrics right. There's so many songs out there that it's just difficult to phonetically hear precisely what they're saying. and it tried its best, but it said e-bike Bob, but it got decent. Okay, if we wanted to fix that, we could go in and rerun transcription. That ran on medium. I could run it on large, but that's not installed right now on this. Actually, let me go ahead and run that real quick just so you guys can see what it's like to install one of the medium or large models for the first time. So it says not installed, downloads on first use. So I'm going to click rerun transcription. Now you can see tells us it's downloading the Whisper large model. Wow, still says it's loading, but I just seen it fix. It now says the proper lyrics on the first couple lines there. Go ahead and let this download. It takes a couple minutes to fully do its thing. Once that's done, you don't have to do it again. It will stay installed on your computer. As soon as it's done downloading, you'll get this window that pops up. Whisper large model is ready, starting transcription. You just want to go ahead and click OK. Now transcription will begin running here. So this will take another couple minutes because it is the large model. The large model does take the longest amount of time. The transcription is complete, so we're going to go ahead, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to test the new feature, extract vocals. You can see that right now on the installer version of this, it does not actively show the elapsed time and remaining time or percentage as it's showing right here. It will just show 0% until it gets to completion, and then it will say it's complete. So we'll give that a minute to run. I will get that fixed on a future update. This is just informational purposes. So elapsed time 2 minutes. All right, so we now have it extracted. So if I highlight something in here, let's say I just want to grab this quote right here, e-bike mob, we stay lit. So let me adjust so I went ahead and adjusted the start point. So just for reference, let's listen to the original track for a minute. Through the city, stomp with style. E-bike mob, no kickstand. Backflip land, no hands, no plan. E-bike mob, we stay lit. Drop that clutch, then hit that spin. Pull up to the. Okay, just to give you an idea. Now let's just say, let's go ahead and assign just these first few lines here. E-bike mob, trick lords, bend them forks, we crack them boards. E-bike mob, we ride wild. Really through the city, stomp with style. E-bike mob, no kickstand. Backflip land, no hands, no plan. E-bike mob, we stay lit. Drop that clutch, then hit that. So now, not only can I just grab the full acapella out of the song and then use that to remix it with on one of my own beats or something like that, I can actually come in here and find, say there's just a line or two that I want to sample onto a beat or something that I'm working on. I can come in, I can search for that line. Say I was looking for this line, e-bike mob, we trick lords, bend them forks. But now the whole idea is that we can come out and just grab the quotes that we want out of the song and remove the music, and then we can repurpose it for whatever we want to repurpose it for. So this can really come in handy for a lot of uses. Maybe you're trying to sample a movie quote or something, and maybe there's some background sound effects or something that are kind of masking over the dialogue and making it harder to hear when you want to sample it cleanly, or there's some background music or something like that going on. This allows you to just kind of quote without everything else surrounding it. It's not perfect, but it's a really good starting point. So that's essentially how extract vocals or vocal isolation works here. You do everything here through the media pool. So going back to the media pool, you also see we now have normalized audio here. So I didn't run this yet, so I'm going to run it now. And we should see it pop up, yeah, 939 to 989. So it pushed everything up just a smidge higher than it originally was. And now let's go ahead and test the sentences mode. I'm going to have to take a look at this song. Since it's a song, I don't know how much actual punctuated sentences there are. There's a lot of commas in here, but I'm looking for periods or exclamation points or question marks. So it looks like because this is musical, there's not a lot of sentences in here. I can go ahead and try it. Let's see what happens. Okay, so there's no suitable sentences detected for sentence chopping, but I could go and do Smart 16 still. And oh, I only grabbed one. Okay. So FYI, I didn't really design this based around music quotes. You know, it is a little more difficult for this to transcribe musical performances. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and I'm going to grab one of my shorts that I uploaded here on this channel, Rare Data Network, talking about Quota Mini. I'm going to go ahead and import that URL, and I'm going to click OK. And hopefully this will give us some more proper sentences. So here we have the audio waveform, and the transcript is still showing the transcript from the other file. If we scroll over here, we'll see that the one we just loaded is transcribing. So that might take a minute. It's not that long of a file, but I now have default whisper model set to large. So yeah, it's going to take me a couple minutes here now. All right, so we have our transcript here. This is from like a 20-second long video, so there's only a couple sentences here. So we're going to go ahead and try to run it. I'm going to go to sentences 8. Let's try that. Okay, hold 4 sentences. Let's see. Yeah, all 4 of them. Now that's the entirety of it. So let's just go ahead and test it out. What's the tooltips feature when you hover your mouse over? So here's the video. So you can see it ended right there when I said pad. You can see here I'm hovering my mouse over some pads here. And it tells me what exactly the quote is, the exact time, and its source. So you can see it captured that. Now let's do pad 3. It also gives me a tip to drag to export a wave clip, or hold shift while dragging to export an MP4. Tooltips can be found on nearly anything you can hover your mouse over. So those are also some good tips there. It was talking about, you see this big orange box that's underneath my cursor right now that says slice, time, video source, etc. That's what that video is addressing. Go check it out if you want to know more about those, or you can basically just read about it right here. So that is the sentences feature. You can see it captured sentence from start to end. Now, if I undo this and I run, let's say Smart 8, actually captured pretty much the same thing. But in certain instances, you'll find that, you know, Smart 8 might capture it like this. It might just like grab that quote out of the sentence. So that's kind of the main differences between there, because the smart modes are listening in for pauses and things like that. But basically the smart modes are just trying to listen to it, while the sentences mode is actually reading it. So it's reading it, and it's saying, okay, this sentence starts here and it ends here. So if I load up a 10-minute clip or something and there's hundreds of sentences in it, then I hit sentences 8 or sentences 16. It's going to try to pull the 8 or 16, what it considers the most quotable. It's not the most smartest thing in the universe, and it's all according to your own taste. But again, the Q-Chop is just there as a starter to get your pads filled quickly when you don't know where to start. So those are the 3 main features that we've added into Quota Mini 1.1. And additionally, just to show you real quick, themes. If you've seen in my original video, I was using the Tangerine theme. I'll switch to it real quick. You can see it's kind of a more hazy version of orange than what we were just using, but I just added 3 new themes. I plan on adding a lot more and kind of tightening these up. Some of them need a little bit of work, but there's a lot of good ones in here. Then I added the watermelon theme I was using in a lot of the shorts videos I uploaded the other week. But of course, as always, you can make your own by going to Custom Theme Designer, picking your colors, choosing live preview, and that way you can see exactly what's happening. I have a lot of new stuff coming out really soon. If you guys found this video helpful, I really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button, the like button, share this video with someone you know that might be interested in this sort of software. A lot of new stuff coming out this year, so I'm really excited and looking forward to it. And if you guys have any other questions, you know, hit up support@getquota.app or just drop a comment down below. I'll do my best to check back and see if there's comments and respond accordingly. But if it's urgent, hit up support@getquota.app. Again, I'm Mac Digi from Rare Data. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.